Gurley has not resumed his workhorse role since returning from a knee injury. In Super Bowl LEI, it sure seems like the Los Angeles Rams are expected to use a running back timeshare, just as they have in their previous 2 playoff games. Running backs coach Skip Pete went on the Rap Sheet and Friends podcast earlier this week and explained that the Rams didn't believe Todd Gurley could handle his typical workload after sitting out multiple weeks with a knee injury, and that's why he's been splitting time with C.J. Anderson during the postseason, even though he is ostensibly healthy. If you look at a guy who hasn't really practiced in 2 or 3 weeks, then all of a sudden has to go out there and play, in the playoffs, the cardio isn't where it needs to be to play 60 or 70 plays, Pete said, for NFL.com. And that's what he had been doing before he sat out. You need to kind of work him back where you put him in situations where it makes sense. That happened in the Dallas game, and I thought he did some things in the last game. Super Bowl LEI is today and you can stream it here on CBSSports.com and the CBS Sports app for free on most connected devices. Pugh noted that though Gurley did not get his typical touches in the NFC title game against the Saints, he had a career-low 5 total touches, he still saw plenty of time on the field and helped out in pass protection throughout the game. It was unfortunate he didn't have the opportunity to touch the ball as often as he normally does, Pugh said. But he had an unbelievable game as far as pass protection goes. The glaring thing when you look back on it, something very uncharacteristic of him, was the drops. That really overshadows what his game was like in my opinion. Those 2 mistakes where as a coach I'd say, you gotta make those plays. I thought when he was in there, and some of the plays he didn't get it were check with me's based on what the defense does, he had a nice game. One of his better games as a pass protector, which is just as important as carrying it. Gurley, who played at least 80% of the Rams snaps in 11 of his 14 games during the regular season, has played just 56% and 47% of the snaps during the Rams' postseason contests. With 2 more weeks to recover since the NFC title game, it's possible his usage ramps up, but given how well Anderson has played over the past several weeks, it would not be a surprise if he were still heavily in the mix as well.